What is going on, guys? Nisky here. Not gonna lie, I've already taken this quiz, but the audio completely messed up on me. So I'm going to do the exact same answers, get the exact same score, so that I'm not lying to you guys about this and get a perfect score on it, because I definitely did not get a perfect score when I played this. But Stanley Cup playoffs quiz on NHL.com. I'll leave the link in the description if you want to play it before I do this, before you watch this video and see all the answers. All right. So, how many first place finishers were eliminated in the first round? I knew this one was 4. It was kind of a cool progression because the Lightning won no games, the Flames won 1 game, the Predators won 2 games, and then the Caps won 3, and that's how all 4 lost. Which team swept its first round series and then was swept in the second round? I knew that the Islanders swept Pittsburgh and then got swept by the Hurricanes following that. And the Hurricanes also got swept by the Bruins after they swept the Islanders. So kind of a weird chain there. Before 2019, when was the last time the Carolina Hurricanes had qualified for the Stanley Cup playoffs? When I was watching the Caps Hurricane series, they talked a lot about this was the first time the Hurricanes had been in the playoffs in 10 years. So 2019 minus 10 is 2009. I knew that one. How many games in the 2019 playoffs went into overtime? This was a complete guess. I guessed 17, and it ended up being correct. Who led all players in goals during the 2019 playoffs? I knew that one was Logan Couture. Who was the only player to score more than one shorthanded goal? I knew that one was Matt Nieto. Which team had the only players with a plus-minus of 10 or better? I knew that one was the Bruins because I knew Chara had a plus 11, but I did not know that Brandon Carlo also had a plus 10 along with that. Who had the most power play goals during the playoffs? I knew that one was Boston. Which Blues defenseman scored his first career Stanley Cup playoff goal in overtime to win Game 2 of the finals? I knew that one was Carl Gunnarsson because I watched that game. The Blues won 16 games to take home the Stanley Cup. How many games did they lose? 10. I wrote out the math here and did that one correctly. How many penalty shots were awarded? I didn't know this one. Took a guess for 6. It's actually 5. How many games were decided in multiple overtime during the playoffs? I knew that there was 3. But 3 wasn't an option, and I didn't think that there were another 3 on top of the 3 that I already knew had happened, so I guess 4, and that was correct. Which Blues forward scored more goals than he did in the playoffs than he did during the regular season? I guessed Alexander Steen. I did not realize that Jaden Schwartz had a much worse regular season than I initially thought, probably because of how bad the Blues were to begin the year. But I really thought that he had way more goals than he actually did in reality, so I was like, no way he scored less than 12 goals in the regular season. Nope, he had 11. The Blues had tied the record for the most road wins in one year. How many road victories did they have? 10. That one was correct. And then, who led all players in scoring during the Stanley Cup final? I knew that one was Ryan O'Reilly. So then, how did I do? I got a 13 out of 15, which calculates to about 87%, which is a B+ on most grading scales. I will take that. Again, the link to this quiz is in the description if you really wanted to play after hearing all this. But I really enjoyed it. I'm really sorry that the first one had the audio cut out because you could have heard my whole thinking process. You gotta trust me that the 2 that I got wrong are the only 2 that I got wrong. I can still show you the first video file. It just won't have any audio on it. But I think that that's going to do it for me today. Let me know if you want to see more of these quiz videos. I personally like the quizzes. I can keep on finding them and recording them for you guys if you like it. But for right now, that's all for today, guys. Nisky out.